Welcome to the Aligned Path. My name is Kelsey, aka the Great North Witch. Together, let's create a life that's in tune with nature, the planets, and ignites the magic within. Join me for my morning routine on the Aligned Path.
Good morning. It is way too early to be up. I woke up at around just after 3, and I have been up ever since. I laid here for a while trying to fall back asleep, but at a certain point in time, why bother? Let's just get up and start the day. Actually, because it's so early, let's grab a house coat. What about this one? Yeah, let's do this. I haven't worn this one in a while, so let's be bougie on this Saturday morning together. The only thing about this house coat is it doesn't have a string, so let's just borrow one from another house coat. I'll put you here so you guys can get a better look. Okay. Oh, so I was up pretty late too last night, and I cleaned my studio. I should probably hem this house coat because it's very long. Oh, good morning, bee boop. Good morning, baby girl. Come here. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? Oh, look at that little boop nose. She doesn't look happy to be up at 5. Okay, let's go make coffee. Of clean clothes is all pashminas and scarves. So eventually that's going to be a project. But here's the house coat. So I tidied up the studio. Got my tattoo station sanitized, ready to use today. I moved, my sewing was on this side and my makeup was on that side. But the way the afternoon sun comes in, I was worried about how much sun was getting on my makeup. And I used to have all these totes. I'd put them away because they weren't labeled properly. But it was just impossible to get them, to get into this closet and get everything that I needed. So I'm thinking of putting some sort of curtain underneath the table to hide that, maybe. But at least it's clean in here and I can do my makeup. I want to work on my leg tattoo, so that's why that became a priority yesterday. Oh, beep boop. Got some cute plants going. Okay, I like to start my morning with apple cider vinegar, just a little tiny bit, a little bit of lemon, and filtered water. So Saturday is for shadow work. And today we're talking about why we let things hold us back. Okay, let me just fill this up with water. I'll be right back. Why do you let things hold you back? Oh, sorry, I forgot to choke this. I do like to have my apple cider vinegar through a straw, just to try to prevent that apple cider vinegar getting on your teeth. It's not good for your teeth. You could just shoot it. There's girls, they're special kind of breeds that can just shoot their apple cider vinegar. Not here. Not this girly. Okay. I am going to go do a bit of meditation and then we'll come back and we'll do coffee in a bit. Okay, I finished my meditation. It is 5:45 now. I think it's time we made some coffee. Oh, let's do our jumps. So I've been doing 50 jumps every morning before I do anything else. I do a lot of walking and I try to get my steps and all that, but I find the jumps really help me wake up in the morning. That's it. Just 50 little tiny jumps. It just gets everything kind of flowing and going. So let's start coffee. Do you like my artwork? My coven mate's Little made it for me. I don't have a little of my own, but at least I have some artwork. So I recently did an overhaul in my kitchen. I took away all the plastic cups that we had been using, when we're out in the garden and stuff like that. I donated my plastic kettle. I still have my coffee maker, but it's unplugged and I'm not using it anymore. And I also gave away my air fryer, along with all of my Teflon pans and my copper pan. I'm just trying to get rid of any of the microplastics in my kitchen, any of those PFAS chemicals that we are seeing come from scratched Teflon. It does take a lot longer. It takes about, you know what? I think it takes about 5 minutes for the kettle to boil when it was plugged in, and it takes about 7 minutes for the stovetop kettle to boil. So it does slow down the routine a bit, but that's really what I have been focusing on a lot lately. I have a lot of time as a stay-at-home witch, and it was a really big learning curve moving my value from, being a manager and making financial money, like money, to seeing my work has value, but it's not financial value. My value comes through time, care, ritual, the extra love I can put into things. So I'm actually really enjoying the longer process of making coffee in the morning. Normally, before my coffee, I've been working with a naturopath, and she has me drinking bone broth before. Do you see that fuzzy? Oh, I can see a fuzzy floating, and I didn't know what it was. My naturopath has me drinking bone broth before my coffee in the morning. Unfortunately, I ran out of the bone broth I enjoy, and I tried a new brand that has turmeric in it, and I tried it the day that I went to the dentist. So I drink it in the morning, and I had a dentist at 8:30. When I tell you that I brushed my teeth for 5 minutes, mouthwash, dental floss, I used my Ayurvedic copper tongue scraper. My mouth was so yellow. And to boot, it was the worst tasting bone broth I've ever had. So I still have some of that, but I'll wait until my other brand comes in. So today we're going wild. We're having coffee without bone broth first, guys. A lot of the time I like to just start getting a little of my steps while I'm waiting for the coffee. I have one of those walking pads in the basement that I really like. But I find when I'm on my walking pad, I like to listen to podcasts. Do you see that fly? There's like something flying around in the house and it's driving me crazy. But, your mom's always right. My mom has always just done her steps on the spot. I don't know. I always thought it was kind of strange, but it works. It has been my go-to, especially since Hammy's been away. I've just been doing my steps on the spot or sometimes on my walking pad, but it's way easier when you're just waiting for the kettle, when you're just standing around. Oh, I need to clean that. But yeah, just try to get your steps. If you're working on trying to get up to a lot of people are trying to get to 10,000 steps per day, you can just do them on the spot. They count. It doesn't have to be in your gym clothes, out walking. You can stand up, and if you walk for 5 minutes, you can almost get 1,000 steps. Just make sure you're swinging your arms and moving at a vigorous pace. Sometimes I go faster, sometimes I go slower. It must just be the light that I have going on with no light in the background. You can see a little dust particle. Maybe it's a fruit fly. It is driving me crazy though. Alright, what else is on the agenda today? Cleaned up my studio yesterday. It's Saturday, so technically I usually don't do a workout on Saturday, but I'm up so early. What else am I going to do today? And I didn't do my lower body workout yesterday because I was doing business meetings and stuff like that. So, perhaps we shall do a booty workout today. And look, it's actually only been 3 or 4 minutes. Kettle's almost boiled. If anybody else uses a French press in the morning, what do you do with your coffee grounds? Because right now I'm literally running them out every single morning and throwing them in a garden. I have a compost bin inside, but I feel like if you put wet coffee grounds in the compost, it's wet and gooey. That's not good. Baby, 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 touch me like this. Kiss me like that. Go, but it's all. Since I'm home by myself, I've only been making 2 cups of coffee a day. I'm trying to be a bit more mindful about how much caffeine I'm consuming. Are we gonna break that rule today because it's Saturday? Maybe. Just because we don't have bone broth today and I've been up. I should not have been up this early, so your girl might be needing an extra cup of coffee today. So I stir it. I don't actually know what the measurement is. I think it works out to about 4 cups of water. Probably more like 5. 4 scoops of coffee, and you have to make sure you stir it. Otherwise it doesn't percolate properly. But this is my new favorite thing. You would not believe, if you haven't tried French press coffee, I've had this French press for so long, and then I finally decided it was time to switch out from the plastics. And the day that I made my first French press coffee, night and day. I'm not a picky coffee person. As a figure skater, we would drink our coffee cold. It doesn't matter if it's been sitting on the boards, the boards at the rink for hours, you're still drinking it. It doesn't matter. If it's brown, we drink it basically. But this is really, really good. It's so rich. You can really taste it. It's infused beans instead of just cheap, quick coffee. And I don't know if that's because I'm now putting more care into it and you can taste the love. You can taste that it's not been boiled with electricity, that it's just been boiled on the stove, old school style. But It's really, as I've gotten older, I've really come to the conclusion that my grandparents, your grandparents, the way our parents did things really is the proper way. So I'm trying to do things a lot slower lately. And it's a lot more peaceful. If you're not a big light person, you also don't trust having candles out around your cats, I cannot suggest these flickering candles enough. It's the perfect amount of light for 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., you know? Just enough to light up the room. Let me see if I can find my remote here in the dark. Yeah, look. Look how much light. This is 4 candles I have over here. And they just are remote. So simple. Cool, eh? Oh, one over there's batteries died. What you doing, Bee Boop? We're gonna go feed the squirrels. Hi. Yeah. I'm not even done yet. Look. I'm leaving. Some little birdies. Look, I have, surprisingly, here in Canada, I was actually able to get 2 loofahs to grow. I probably should take them in soon. We've had 1 frost so far, and because it's now October, we won't be getting any more frost warnings. So frost is here to stay. I probably should pull him in today. And unfortunately, my neighbor is moving. So the neighbor that I garden on his yard. So I'm gonna be moving all these tomato beds. And when my boyfriend comes home, we're gonna have to move that bed. But no flowers to look out my kitchen window at. Here's hoping we get some new neighbors. Look. Sad. IT? Hopefully we get a new neighbor. Betty. Come on. We can't be out in the garden. Come on. Mommy doesn't want you by the birdies. Meow, meow, meow. Get out of the garden. Let's go. Go to your box, please. chasing the birds, and we do not want any bird injuries. If you're a bad girl, you gotta go inside. Go up on your box, please. Go up on your box. Come on. Go on, out of the garden. Good girl. You watch the birdies. Otherwise, you're gonna have to go in the house. This is something I always do come September. I came out and I labeled, so this it just says yellow. I picked out all my favorite zinnias and I put labels on them so that I can collect the seeds once they fully die back. This is my new bed from Carpathian, and I'm hoping that all of these petunias that I threw in there don't grow, because it's gonna still have another like foot of soil on it. I threw in a whole bunch of like vegetation and empty pots that probably will need to be like replenished with better soil next year anyway. So it's a base of leaves, there's cardboard on the bottom, and then I've just been throwing all the pots in here, and I'll probably take my pepper triangle pots and use those as well, so that just the top like 6 inches will be new soil that I'll have to buy. But anyway, these are the labels. So I've done a whole, not just the yellow ones, this is just a coincidence, but I keep little tags on them so I know exactly which flowers I want to pick. And for the last 2 years, I've always just mixed my zinnia seeds together in one bag. But I've realized that it drives me crazy. I really like in this garden how I've been able to like keep clusters of flowers. So a misconception a lot of the time when people want to have a cottage style garden is they just chaos spread their seeds. And then you don't really get the clusters of flowing flowers. I mean, it is late in the season for us, so it's not looking super great right now, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I obviously had some errors. My little yellow marigolds ended up being shorter than this giant red collection, and my front petunias died back. I also had candy tuft planted in here, which are so gorgeous, but they only last for about 3 weeks maybe once they flower. So, you know, after years of gardening, I'm still working on it. And if you have any doubts about your gardening abilities, just plant marigolds. You can just plant the seeds and they just grow. It's so easy. Better go inside, there's a bear. Okay, Betty, in the house, danger. Let's go, danger. In. Theo, in, danger, let's go. I have the best trained kitties on the block. Good girl, in the house. In the house, in. Oh, good boy, good girl. There's quite a bit of stuff on the table today. I got a curtain rod. Put a curtain on my front door, and I got these. They were cheaper to get a big double pack of curtains than it is to buy the fabric or to buy the proper curtains for the size of the window. So I'm just going to sew them. What else have we got here? I got some paint and the rub and buff. I have 2 thrifted bird cages that I'm going to paint black and put little bats in for downstairs in the restricted section near my altar and stuff. Ooh, this is dry. Let's give it a drink. So with my plants lately, I have been top watering
but I also leave them in their little container and let the water get up to the bottom of the inside pot, in the nursery pot, so that it gets soaked through, but it also promotes quicker wicking of the water below, so that I know that my plants are getting a really thorough watering every time. So I'm just gonna leave that. Hi, baby girl. Meow. Meow. I'm just gonna leave that there. This is supposed to be bonsai. I don't know if I feel bad manipulating it. It's just not, it's not very Green Witch to like force things. So I'm unsure if I'm actually going to use wire and do this like a proper bonsai, or if I'll just let it be. Because I kind of like things, I like art that is abstract like nature. Oh, the gollywog's got Theo. I really need to get one of those curtain, you know those, I don't know, what are they called? Curtain poles? Because right now I just tuck my curtains on my sconce, which isn't very great. But it works for now, baby boop. Oh, sorry. It works for now. Okay, we're gonna get ready soon. Mommy's gonna go get some stuff. Gonna go get some weights for the basement. And I've also ordered a 3rd pack of the cool sponge flooring that we use in the basement under my altar and in our theater area and also in the gym. But the flooring in the gym is a different color. So I'm giving that to my bestie, and we're getting a 3rd pack to make the whole floor seamless. It's this nice dark oak color. And it's a decent price, especially versus having just like a concrete basement. So we're gonna do that tomorrow, but we're gonna go get stuff today for the gym. I'm just gonna get ready now and head into town and pick up those weights and barbells that I'm buying off Facebook Marketplace for our gym. I also love oil pulling. If you use coconut oil to clean between your teeth instead of, well, in addition to flossing and mouthwash, but a copper tongue scraper, next level. That's Ayurveda stuff for you. It does such a good job. I don't want to show you guys. It's kind of gross. Like, it just kind of cleans out the bacteria, and copper is antibacterial itself, so that helps. Keeps everything nice and fresh. Wash my face. I don't know. I'll just put a little mascara on because it's Saturday and I'm not really doing that much. This is hilarious to me. I'm so not a bow girl, but this is the headband I have, and it works perfectly fine. Do I want one of those cute little spongy ones that all the like beauty girls have? Of course. Is there anything wrong with the one that I have? No. So am I gonna buy or waste money buying? Maybe I'll make one. That's a good idea. But I'm not gonna waste money buying something I already have just because I wanted a different color or something, you know what I mean? It's just not necessary. We are so influenced into overconsumption. Like, my headband keeps my hair back. Those other headbands keep your hair back. Yeah, they're cute. They're like made of house coat material or whatever, towel material, but a scrunchie would work. You know what I mean? We need to stop trying to buy everything. You know, a lot of people think Geminis are super social,
that means we must have so many friends. But in reality, most Geminis I know have like 2 friends. And I think a lot of that is because we really like to vibe with people who have the same values as us. And I will say, my 2 closest friends both know how to sew and repair things. They're not buying new, like those outside chairs, you know, they're like mesh. People just throw them out because the seam has come undone. All you need is a string and a needle, and you can fix your chairs. I've fixed my same chairs that I got secondhand first off. And then after the first year, one of the seams let go. So I just took really strong string, and I knew that they would probably all let go because they're all cheap, right? I sewed everything up. We've had them for like 4 years now. Oh no, the string seam doesn't look like it did when they were purchased. Guess what? I got them for free, and I fixed them like each one a year or whatever. They're gonna last forever because I took care of them and I fixed them up. There's no need to just keep buying things. I get on rampages about consumerism and then nothing gets done. Did I just get serum on my shirt? Oops, my sister's gonna kill me. Oh, you're supposed to go up on your neck. Nice, nice, nice. Do a bit of cream. Let's get crackling. I don't know who is putting their cream on like this. Not here. We're rubbing that in. Usually I put it on my elbows if I don't have a long sleeve on too, just to keep everything soft, but put the rest on my hands. Okay, let's go do like eyebrows and mascara and get to going. If you join me along on this journey, the aligned path, we'll get to know each other a little bit better, but you'll start to learn that I'm a witch who's scared of fire. I'm so mindful when I have to do candle spells, anything involving fire. I'm not scared of fire outside, just in the house. I'm just very mindful. To the point that I was kind of worried about the sun that comes into this room. It's super bright in this room in the afternoon. And this is a 2-way mirror. I know somebody's gonna laugh at me and be like, you're a fool. But like, what if the sun hit the mirror and then it cast off, and because that's a magnified side too, right? What if the sun hit the mirror and then lit the wall on fire? So I've MacGyvered this like janky, I'm gonna make a really nice cover now that I have my sewing machine set, like that I can cover it up. But that's one of the safety Steve things in me. Perfect. Like a mushroom color. Eyebrows now. I really find if I don't put my eyebrows on, I look naked. I look funny without my eyebrows. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm really liking this House Labs. It's Lady Gaga's, I believe. It's a really light, but also fluffy, a lot of volume, but also a little length. It is not waterproof at all. So if you're a crier or you're in the rain, oh, it's very dramatic. If you wanted that look where you're crying and you want your mascara to run, this is the one.
But as long as you're not crying. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So this is what I'm wearing. This is the fit du jour. It's gonna get up to 26 today, and it started at like 4. So we're obviously gonna have to change before yoga, but let's go. Oh my God, was no one gonna tell me I still have my dorky headband on? Oh dear. Oh, a little fragrance before we go, perhaps. I don't know why I keep it down here, but it's in the downstairs room. Okay, let's hit the road. Let's get out. I'm not videoing and driving, so see you in a bit. Okay, so this is what I just went and picked up off Facebook Marketplace. 2 handheld dumbbells for all my plates there. 40 pounds of plates. Obviously not just for me. And check out the nice bar I got. We can put a lot of plates on that puppy. I'll give it a try. Oh. Oh yeah, that's a good bar. You know, type of thing. Like this type of shit. Okay, so that was pretty much my only job to do today outside of the house. Probably gonna go have some coffee, do my workout today because I didn't do one yesterday. I'm reading a new book. I'm always reading new books. Who am I kidding? I'm reading 3 new books right now. One's about Knights Templar. One's about Wicca. I'm not a Wiccan, but I like to read all the stuff. One's about Wicca and one's about hexing. And yeah, I have no idea what else I shall do today. Maybe we'll sew something this afternoon. I have a few projects I'm working on, so maybe we'll cut out the fabric for my new cape. Who knows? But we'll see what goes on this afternoon. Ooh, maybe I should do something with I got these on Facebook Marketplace the other day. Pillar candles. But they have no candle in them, so I can put electric candles. Because again, fire. And I want candles, but I don't want fire, you know? So I don't know what it's gonna look like. Maybe I'll do that. It's a lot of maybes today, isn't it, guys? I will be making some workout videos for you guys, but for now you can enjoy my typical booty workout. I start with a warm-up, so this is about a minute of crab walks, and I'm using a cotton band, but you can just use one of the elastic bands or no band. And then just some squats. I think I did 15. So I did 3 of the warm-ups each. Then some Romanian deadlifts. I believe I was going for 15 per set here, and then I followed it in a superset, which just means between rests you do 2 exercises instead of 1. So I did 30 of these, 5 on each arm. Single dumbbell snatch. Again, you could just do no dumbbell or heavier than I am. I'm using an 8-pound weight. And again, I did 3 of those sets.
And my last set was a plie squat with double dumbbells, 15 in total, 15 reps per set, and then 15 of my sandbag hip thrusts. If you want booty and you find that your legs fire up when you're doing squats, hip thrusts is where it's at. If you don't have a bench, it's fine. Just use your couch. Use anything that's kind of at that right height. So a warm-up and 3 sets of 2 supersets, and I am sweaty and dying. This was a nice, easy workout. It was 25 minutes to complete.
All right, guys, it is just past noon, which means our morning together is done. I did give you a journal prompt really early this morning, and that was, why do you let things hold you back? And I think a few of the answers might fall into 3 headings. We let things hold us back because of fear. So fear is when fear isn't actually present, when there's not a bear in your yard and we're doing danger drills. Fear is actually better described as anxiety, worry, or even anticipation. And one of my favorite sayings is, to worry is to suffer twice. So a lot of the times we're like, oh, I'm too scared to try that new sport or new activity. You can't be really experiencing fear when you're not in the moment doing that event. So it's actually just apprehension. Perhaps something that's holding you back from trying something new is judgment. You decided to make a YouTube channel. What are people going to think of me is often what comes to mind. But judgment is always based on our judgment of ourselves and judgment of others that we have. So if I think, what are people going to think when I make a YouTube channel? I have the opportunity to stop and look at that through my own lens. Do I judge people who are making content on YouTube? So it's a really good practice to step back when you feel that you're being judged and ask yourself, do you think that maybe you judge others in similar situations? A little practice of self-awareness. The third heading you might find yourself mulling with when you're journaling on this entry is self-doubt. But you are human and you're capable of learning anything, and nothing is actually that hard. With a little bit of practice and often a lot of discipline, humans are capable of mastering an array of different skills. So if you don't find that what's holding you back is perhaps fear, judgment, or self-doubt, maybe what you're thinking you want isn't actually aligned with your goals. And I think it would be time to step back and revisit your goal sheet. Thank you for walking the aligned path with me this morning. I hope you subscribe and come back for more cozy witchcraft, slow living, and soul alignment. You can expect yoga classes, recipes, tinctures, lots of gardening tips, and of course, witchcraft.